Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to day 2 of the Liberty LAN, being held currently at Empress Palace in Johannesburg. This is one of the lowest bracket semi-finals coming to you live now. This is going to be Bravado Gaming Blue versus Ice Baby. The other semi-final, I believe, is EN versus the winners of M21 Alpha and White Dota. So I'm not sure the result of that. I'm currently casting from home, so I'm going to do the best to bring you the action live, but we'll see how things go. Going into the early bans and picks, so we've got a first ban of a Lycanthrope and Earth Spirit coming out, an Invoker ban, so pretty standard.
Bad dude's banning someone now.
Pretty standard for the meantime. BVD Blue actually managed to get knocked out by LIB FOJ in a really exciting best of 3 series that happened earlier today. Bravado Gaming Blue had a really convincing game 1 and a really long game 2, which LIV managed to sneak the win, I would say. It was what I've now deemed the reverse S4. BVD Blue accidentally cancelled the TP, and unlike TL4, the next proceeded to turn around and actually kill three of Bravado Blue. So it was cancel TP, lose the game, instead of TI2. It was S4 cancelling TPs to win $1 million. But so the Bat Rider is going to be the second ban for Bravado Blue, which is fairly standard. A Centaur War Runner is going to be the first pickup. So really good offlane hero. We see people like Mushi. We see even on the local scene, almost all the teams have the offlane player playing Centaur War Runner. So really good hero. And Ice Baby, not uncommon. I mean, Dr. Green, the Crucifier, who's the captain, T-Elemental, they are all really common names in and amongst the local scene. I've seen them for many years playing Dota. So I imagine that there should be at least a good game coming out here from Ice Baby. So Bravado Blue going to follow it up with an Ancient Apparition Timbersaw. Timbersaw has been sort of forgotten for the last while, but it seems to be picking up a little bit of favor. He's really good against these strength heroes that seem to be making themselves prominent in the pools. Things like Lycan, Centaur War Runner, the true damage and the stats, well, not stat steal, but Whirling Death, the stat loss, 15% stat loss from that, makes him deal a lot of physical damage quite quickly. Well, I mean, a lot of damage quite quickly, because it's pretty much true damage coming out of the Timbersaw. And Ice Baby are going to follow it up with a Viper, so
bad dude's banning someone.
Viper, really good hero, natural mech carrier as well, so we're most likely going to see that Viper on the mid lane. He could run it in a tri lane if they really wanted to, or maybe in a safe lane if they wanted to aggressively tri lane, which is always a possibility, but with a Centaur War Runner it could make things a little bit complicated. So I reckon that's just going to be a Viper middle, Centaur War Runner off lane, and the last 3 heroes from Ice Baby are going to be the tri lane. So we see a Dazzle ban. I'm surprised that Dazzle managed to make it through the first sort of set of picks. Centaur War Runner plus Dazzle is a combination that not only opens up many things in the pool, but is also devastating. The heal plus the ability just to give armor to give your team and make the opposing team lose armor with the weave is incredibly powerful. So we're not going to see that until the Lifestealer ban comes out. So that's everything's going according to plan here for BVD Blue. Ice Baby getting rid of that Naga Siren. They have no interest in seeing that Naga Siren middle. A sort of strategy that was started by Art Easy and has since been perfected and taken on by the rest of the world.
Team pick.
Just to get up that early radius in the mid, maybe go Boots, Ring of Aquila, maybe not even a Ring of Aquila to see how, in a bottle. And just get up at early Relic, and then from there on you spiral out of control pretty quickly. So Bravado Blue have actually picked up a Sand King coming off of their second ban. The Ancient Apparition Sand King combination, very, very popular at the moment and also really good. Sand King, with the changes to his Sandstorm, now has the ability, because of the duration on it, now has the ability to get a really early Blink Dagger at about the 8 or 9 minute mark. If he's left by himself and the pressure doesn't if there's no pressure on the lanes, then he can just go off into the bush, farm a hard pack or 2, and then get himself a 9-minute Blink Dagger. And because Blink Dagger doesn't cost anything anymore, he doesn't really need the mana boost to get off a Blink Epicenter. Obviously the mana boost, once he's got that Blink Dagger, he'll probably follow it up with mana boots, but it's something that you can... Oh, I've just eaten, so my stomach is quite happy with me. And so that's going to be Sand King for them. Ice Ice Baby are currently thinking about what they can do. They don't have any supports yet as such. We could see something like a Wraith King, which could be an interesting pick for them, a support Wraith King, which I quite like as well. Just because, you know, Sand King and Ancient Apparition are sort of one-horse ponies. Once they've cast their spells, they're pretty much done. You know, Sand King can obviously follow up with some extra impales if it's an elongated fight, but Ancient Apparition, I mean, once he casts his ulti and Cold Feet, I mean, Chilling Touch, that's pretty much gonna be him, besides casting some Whirling Death. So a Wraith King could be really good just because they need to kill him twice. But also falls into that weird
Dire team pick.
that weird situation of Timbersaw being actually quite good against the Skeleton Kid, just because it is a strength hero and Timbersaw's damage is true damage. So Ice Ice Baby are actually going to go with an Abaddon here. So we've got some Goblax in the pool here. Bravado Glaming going to follow it up with a Weaver.
Radiant team pick.
So Abaddon usually indicates some sort of dual lane. He's not a particularly good tri-lane hero. He's usually used as a defensive support just to make sure that people don't die, either in the off lane or in the safe lane. So we're probably going to see that from them. It might be greedy to pick up a tree here, but it could be well worth it. I actually wouldn't be surprised if we see a Wraith King come out of Bravado Blue. I mean, it can get kited by the Viper if the Viper has an Argodomes, but
Dire team
it's quite a tanky hero to deal with, and is quite sustainable, especially when you're fighting against things like Abaddon with his ulti borrowed time. Excuse me. And Centaur Warrunner. So it's something to think about. And they're going to pick up Lion, so the Abaddon Lion support combo definitely is not something that you see every day. But I suppose the Wraith King's actually going to be the ban, so they feel like there might be a Wraith King pick coming out here as well. And Bravado Gaming Blue did really well against, I think it was NSD actually that they used the Wraith King and managed to win the game. So I say win the game, it was a convincing, I think, game 1 victory if I'm not mistaken.
5 seconds remaining.
So the final band's got to come out here for Ice Ice Baby. They've got an off lane, they've got a really strong tri lane.
Dire team pick.
I might have banned something like a Possum. Just could have been a really strong hero in this circumstance. They decided to go for the Puck, so I suppose that Bravado Gaming are still looking for a mid hero. They could throw the Timbersaw, they could throw the Weaver into the middle, so they're going to go for Death Prophet, so that's going to be their mid hero.
Radiant team pick.
And that is an extremely frightening lineup from Bravado Gaming Blue. I think if Ice Ice Baby get up their core items, they will be okay. Death Prophet is still fairly susceptible. He's not going to have the funnest time against that Viper mid if that's the way that they want to roll this. They may want to roll something stupid, maybe go stupid, something different, which is what I wanted to say, which is maybe do something like a Weaver Sand King, Ancient Apparition, aggressive tri lane, throw the Death Prophet into the safe lane, and just put the Timbersaw middle just so that he get up some early levels, get those early mana moves. I think he should be fine against the Viper with reactive armor. Nether Toxin might be a problem after a while, but I reckon once if the Timbersaw decides to get a bottle, he should be fine. So we might see some laning mix-up going on from Bravado Blue. And we're waiting on a carry hero from Ice Ice Baby. So Luna is still in the pool, which is something to think about. I'm not sure that Luna would be the best in this circumstance, just because it doesn't really give you... I mean, the tri-lane is not great. And they're going to go for a Juggernaut, so they're going to go for a slightly more aggressive approach to things. Now, Juggernaut you would most likely usually see in an aggressive tri-lane, unless it's a Juggernaut that's... unless you know that there's going to be an aggressive tri-lane coming into you, in which case you could pick a Juggernaut because he's a really defensive hero. But that generally indicates that they're going to be running up into the off lane to get themselves some space with the Abaddon on the line, and it could be really good. So it's going to be interesting to see how this game pans out. We should be going into game fairly soon. Once again, this is BVD Gaming Blue, well, BVD Blue, otherwise known as, versus what I want to call him, 2B. Let's call him 2B.
Oh my god,
in
it's
the
almost
lowest
time.
bracket semi-finals for the Liberty Land, currently taking place at Emperor's Palace in Johannesburg. You are joined here by myself, who's DeMoNiK. I'll be solo casting this best of 3 for you guys, so hopefully you can listen to the sound of my voice. And yeah, let's have some fun. A really good looking Juggernaut coming out front, and this is going to be Argonym, who's going to be taking up the Juggernaut in the safe lane. We've got the Crucifier on the Lion. We've got T-Elemental taking up the Viper in that mid-solo lane. We're going to have Jukebox taking up the role of the support Abaddon, and we've got Dr. Green, who's going to be rolling off the off lane with that Centaur. So BVD are actually mixing things up, and it looks like they may, or it may just be some confusion in we're going to have Midas on the Timbersaw. It looks like he's finally going to roll off to the off lane. Death Prophet Odu, who's going to be rolling middle on that on the DP, which is going to be interesting to see how he matches up against the Viper. It's going to have Rory, aka Main, on the Ancient Apparition. Hopefully he has a bit of a better time than he did in the last series. He was unfortunately very poor, and we're going to have Lacko, who's been playing really well so far this tournament.
Time to man
And
or woman up.
hopefully to carry on being that way on the Sand King. And finally we're going to have Disappoint taking up the carry role on the Weaver. So we've got a dual lane. We've got the Lion just sort of heavy blocking one creep. Death Prophet didn't manage to get hers because she's got 2 pull tangos, so she should have a bottle up fairly soon, in which case she should be fine. T-Elemental's gone extremely aggressive already on this. I reckon this is probably where the most action is going to be. Just because Odu is going to have quite a tough time sticking out to Ace. Got level 1 harass, but I mean at the moment it's just 100 damage, so it's not going to be able to do that much. Argonym is going to be the safe lane against him with RCA, so it's going to have to be careful. He will be able to farm, but after a couple of whirling deaths, he probably has got his firstborn to do reactive armor, which is exactly the what most people do on the Timbersaw, just to make sure that you don't go down that early, and it gives you really good regen, even with a support just standing hitting you. If you look at his regen now, he's up to 5 seconds. He's got the level 2, so he's now got the whirling death. Interesting to see that he hasn't taken Chamber Chain, which is usually the spell that you would take, but he feels that he probably won't be in any sort of trouble, and wouldn't have to use the Timber Chain to save his life. So Odu down to half life here. He's got the bottle on the way, it's arriving on him now, so he's going to be able to throw out some spam. Should reach his level 3 sometime soon. Level 3 already up on the Viper. He's decided to go 2 into poison attack, and 1 into corrosive skin, so none into the Nether Toxin at the moment. BVD Blue doing well just to carry on pull this lane. I've got Lucky here just farming. He's going to want his level 2 or 3 before he goes into the bush here, which is most likely what he's going to do just to get up his Blink Dagger. He hasn't taken any spells yet, so Mame on the other excuse me, on the other hand, actually has taken a spell. He's gone
top tower is under attack.
Ice Vortex and Chilling Touch. They've got to be careful with the pulling here. Disappoint's not the best hero to be tanking these at level 2. He's only got the Ring of Protection, so there's no sort of staff shield for him to be blocking things here. It looks like we had some sort of a go at bottom. It's just Jukebox harassing out Midas. Midas not doing too badly. He's got a creep kill. I mean, he's sitting at level 2, heading towards his level 3, so he's going to be just fine for the meantime. We've got a really aggressive ward here from the Dire, just to make sure that they know what's happening in this tri-lane, and they can see exactly where Dr. Green is at all times, and if he comes into the bush. So T-Elemental's actually decided to go for a bottle of his own, just to try and keep up with the runes in PvD Oda. He managed to get the 2-minute rune, which was the illusion. So T-Elemental's going to take some harass. That is quite a lot. I mean, he doesn't really need the bottle so much, the Viper. It may have been worth it just to maybe get some face boosts or some treads, just so that he can keep up with the moves, the natural move speed that's going to come from having at least 2 levels in Witchcraft at the moment. Giving him 363 move speed just with boots, so she's got the moves. Viper's sitting at 285, so he's really slow. He's not going to be able to keep up. And I think Odu will be able to escape even if once Viper gets his 6. But we're going to have to see. He's still got no points in Nether Toxin, which is the kicker in terms of damage. And it looks like Luck is underneath the cover of smoke here, and they want to look to get a kill. We've got one spam coming off. Luck is going to come in. The smoke is going to get revealed fairly soon, but I feel like this is going to be the first blood. Stun comes in, spam goes off. Odu's taking a lot of damage from 3 levels into corrosive skin. He might, if he throws another spell, Odu might actually still go down here. So T Elemental manages to get the counter kill just with the 3 levels into Nether Toxin. He's not interested in taking that much magic damage this game. And really interesting strategy, but he doesn't get the experience, but at least gets some gold. Odu managing to get the first blood, however, so he's sitting at 490, 500 gold. So he may look something towards getting some mana boots, maybe a drum. It all remains to be seen. Viper's managed to pick up a bracer. Now, why you would go a bracer instead of just boots, I'm not sure, but Dr. Green just sitting harassing some creep here. He's going to try and pull.
Dire's top tower
Just leeching as much experience as he can. He's level 5 to Verdace is level 4, so Dr. Green's doing really well. He's got 8 creep kills to both the offlanes have got 8 creep kills. Actually, that's really neat. But with this Tranquil Boots up, he's going to be just fine here. He may be in some trouble. The stun goes off and Chilling Touch is going to go off. He manages to get his own stun off. I think he may have been able to get a kill. Level 250. Weaver was sitting at 100. He's got a hand around at Midas recipe. He's 50 gold off that. So at this point, Stuart's going to be picking up that Midas sometime fairly soon. And I'm pretty sure that if Centaur Warren had actually double-edged there after the stun, he would have gotten Disappoint. Disappoint was actually, I think, Invis under cover of Sakuchi. So he couldn't see him. So Disappoint's got his Midas, really quick Midas, less than 6 minutes. It looks like Odu may actually be in some trouble here. I'm not sure what the Lion... Okay, Lion's going to come out with a stun. He's gonna start off with a sheep. He's got a stun. Using the shield just to make sure that he stays alive. He's actually still got a drop. And Main's going to come in and he's actually just going to feed. There's no reason for him to be here, and he's not going to survive that. So he comes in to give up a free kill, and that evens up the score at 3-3, 6 minutes into the game. Looking at the last hits, we've actually got Argonum doing really well. He's picked up his phase boost. He's sitting at 34 last hits. He doesn't have a Midas though, which is something interesting to note. Compared to Weaver's Midas, he's at 32 last hits. So free farm pretty much coming out from both sides. The offlane seem to be struggling a little bit. Argonums is putting the pressure on Verdace just with 1 level in crit and 3 levels in Blade Fury, just so that he can get some. Verdace doesn't have that much HP, so a couple of hits can really hurt, especially once he's got the phase boots up and the incidental crits. So it looks like Crucify is coming around here, and Verdace actually may go down. We've got a Bracer coming in, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's now coming. Verdace doesn't have a ward here, so he doesn't know where the Lion is. Meanwhile, on top we've got the Abaddon just checking. Verdace has actually just gone in, which this may prove fatal for him. The Hex goes off, but both of the heroes are just going to run away. Argonums has got the Salve. Didn't have enough for his Omni Slash afterwards, which is a pity. But the creep wave sort of arrived at the same time, so. What can you do? T-Elemental just farming away. He's at 33 last hits to DP's 30. So DP's doing just fine. Yeah, first thing, Juggernaut actually managed to pick up the kill there. Interesting. The final stun and spin managing to pick up Verdace before he could do anything about it. Dr. Green in the meantime, he's got his ulti. He's going to get that off him, but this point's running after him quite quickly, and the good rotations here from 2B. Just to ensure the Centaur here, the T-Elemental TP'd from middle and it's joined here by the Lion from bottom. Just to make sure that Dr. Green gets away. So good use of his ulti just to stay alive. That's got him a magic wand in this offlane, and he's up to his level 6 now, so he's doing really well. Verdace has got his level 6 as well, so he's going to be throwing out some spam. Argonum's got 1 level on his healing ward, so it should be okay as long as Verdace doesn't really dive him. But a couple of spams and a couple of whirling deaths, we could see that happening sometime soon. Dr. Green with his wand up, yeah, he's got to probably look towards an early Blink Dagger. I imagine, heading back up towards the off lane. Mame just doing what he can to get some farm. He's got 286 gold and a pair of boots, so he's looking pretty poor. I think he's just brought up a set of wards, yeah, he has. So BVD are looking to get up some more vision on the map. T-Elemental doing just fine, taking some harass, but friendly heal from Jukebox is going to make sure that everything stays okay on that side. Juggernaut's got to be careful here. He's out of mana, and Medace has got full mana. I wonder if Mo's actually realized this. We've got some action happening on top. Disappoint's actually going to get stunned by Dr. Green, so he's not going to be able to get any rest down. But Jukebox just running around like a mad thing. He's managed to pick up level 5 just by... And the rotations have been coming in hot and furious. Level 5 is also on... I mean, just 300 gold away. 300 gold away from that Blink... Well, 200 now from that Blink Dagger. So we're going to have that Blink Dagger around the 11-minute mark. If he manages to stack this, which I imagine is what he wants to do, should be at least close to enough to be able to get his Blink Dagger. So really good timing coming out, and but Dice actually dives and gets killed, and very far away from home. Manages to die here.
Dire structures are fortified.
So he dove in, so 2B's rotations once again proving to be too much. It looks like we might have some action here. Laka is just farming away that loss. Oh, he's so close. Less than 100 gold to his Blink Dagger now. He's really good at this timing. And see, this is and I was saying that this is exactly what happens. If you don't put any pressure on the lanes, Sand King has this opportunity, which is exactly what you don't want to happen. They know that he's here, but there's really not much they can do about it. If Dr. Green decides to walk in, I think Laka will actually have the reaction time. He's managed to get enough for his Blink Dagger, and the Chilling Touch goes off, but just some harass for the meantime, so... Laka may want to just stay safe here. He's picked up his Blink Dagger, and at the same time, Argonauts is going to pick up his drum, so he's doing fairly good. Going to be fairly good for the mid game. It actually looks like Odu is going to get gone on here and bite the bullet. So another good rotation coming out from the Crucifier, and 2B are suddenly looking in really good state going into the mid game. If we're looking at golden XP graphs, it's starting to tilt into the favor. 1000 XP advantage for the side of 2B, who are putting up a really good fight here, and BVD Blue are need to get some rotations going here. I suppose the Blink Dagger is that sign that they were waiting for. But at the current rate, they may just actually lose this game. I mean,
tower is under attack.
Well, not lose the game, but they may have to group up a little bit sooner than expected. Use that Death Prophet ulti to get some towers, just to make sure. He's managed to pick up a mech, so that's a really early mech timing, and that's really going to help with the team fight. But he may need something like a 4-staff before he begins to feel safe. At the moment, Crucify is currently going on. Laka is showing off his Blink Dagger. Centaur ulti is going to go off, and Argonauts is going to run in, and Modas is carry on. We do have the Omni Snatch, which is going to go out, and Modas is once again going to go down. In the meantime, Disappoint Weaver on top managed to pick up a solo kill on the Centaurs. So cross kills going everywhere, but 2B currently leading 8-4, so doing just fine. Abaddon is feeling really poor. I'm not sure if he's going to be the mech carrier. Viper's decided to go for phase boots, so eventually, I wonder why... He went for Bracer first before he even got his boots. Okay, so he's got the mech on him. So he's about 500 from the recipe. Lucker's looking for an epicenter blink here. He wants to make sure that this Viper is not going to get this mech anytime soon. T-Elemental standing... doing really well just to know that the SK is here. Still going to get caught out. The Odo's going to pop the ulti, and T-Elemental has no Centaur War on the ulti to go off, and he's going to get popped by the DP ulti. Lion's going in. He's got finger. This might actually just be a free kill for him, and he's going to bring down Odu. So Odu feeds a solo kill to the support. Really good play from Crucifier, just to know that was the timing that he could go in and use his finger. He's level 8, so he's had that finger for quite some time. He's had an itchy trigger finger. That's one he can use it. Dr. Green's going to go down here again.
Gott in Himmel!
And Disappoint gets another kill. He's on a killing spree so far. So that means that he's got half of his kills teams. Half of his team's kills. Gosh, guys. And Argonum's doing okay. Looks like he's going to be building towards that Yasha. He's picked up Star Shield, Drums. So he's not doing too bad. T-Elemental still looking towards that mech. And the Crucifier is now sitting at 972 gold. He's picked up... and they're under cover of smoke here, so they may look to just cull Odu straight away. He's got absolutely no gold in him. He's managed to pick up another Bracer, so he might be going for that drum. Jukebox and Crucify spot out the fact that there's Regenerate top, which they're most likely going to leave for T-Elemental. He's got that bottle, so... And it looks like Medace is going to join up with Odu here bottom. He's just completely left mid lane. He's not interested in dying again. And with 20 seconds on the ulti, they may just look to try and take the tower. I think the big problem at the moment is Disappoint's actually going to get gone on. They've got lots of sentries. The dust goes off. Disappoint's heading down the river, but he's instantly just going to get Viper striked. He's trying to get away as fast as possible. Oh, is he going to be able to make it? One charges to try and stay alive. Another Sakuchi if he needs it. There is no Blink Dagger yet, so it looks like he is going to be able to get away. Mame needs to be careful here. They could always just come around the tower, and in the meantime, Odu and Medace are grouped up with it, which is exactly what I said might happen. He's going to use his ulti just to take a T1 tower. Get that gold back in the game. You can see the gold is starting to head back in favor towards of BVD, who've been under a little bit of pressure here. These kill score is currently in favor of 2B.
Everyone, go now!
Ancient Apparition has hit his 6, so his ulti is going to come in, but hits no. Lucky has actually cast his ulti off in the bushes and managed to get a good couple of charges off of Dr. Green, but it really was left wanting, if anything, in terms of damage. Obviously, just the level 1 ultis, only level 8, so may have to pick up a few more levels before they decide to do that. And we've got a Morbid Mask coming up in the Juggernaut, so he hasn't decided what he's going to go for. He's busy chopping and changing in between.
Green dudes, something bad is happening.
Odu's going to come in and just start spamming. He may have to be careful here. There is no Centaur ulti for at least another 6 seconds, and 2B are going to take a free tower. So, and they're just going to get away. Ooh, interesting smoke. I think they saw it. I'm not sure if they... I am entirely not sure if they saw it, but it may be possible. They're going to go for Disappoint again. Yeah, I think he knows that they're coming. No one on the map. He's really careful at the moment. And Centaur ulti is going to go in. The dust is going to go off and he immediately gets sheep. So he's not going to be able to time lapse anytime soon. He manages to get the time lapse off and he's going to start running towards the south. Finger goes off. Is he going to be able to win? He's on absolutely nothing. Oh, Argonum is going to find the last hit, and that's going to get Argonum on a killing spree. So Disappoint goes down. This is most likely going to be this T1 tower here. There is a DP ulti. He's just kicked off his ulti, so they're going to take a T2 bottom here with Luckard. 1 TP, 2 TP, 3 TP, so they're not interested in letting this tower go for absolutely nothing. And that's going to force Odu and Luckard just to back away here. In the meantime, Medace is actually in some trouble. T-Elemental is just dealing a ton of damage. He's managed to get 3 levels up on that Nether Toxin, so he's going to go down. He's really not having that great a game. Currently sitting at 0, 4, and 0, so he's added nothing but death so far to this game. Looks like Lucker wants to have a go on the Viper here. May have to be a bit careful. We're going to see the Ancient Apparition ulti go in, and Lion's going to show off that Blink Dagger for the first time. Managing to get that Blink Dagger off her. He is under cover of Sentry Ward here. So Lucker's actually just going to go down here. He's going to die to the poison. There are bottle charges with T-Elemental, but he's got no mana. At this point he's going to try to do what he can. He needs to use his Midas just to keep that gold ticking in. The heal's going to come out from Abaddon, so he's going to be doing just fine. Does Abaddon? He's picked up a Tranquil Boots, so he's decided not to go for the Mana Boots. I'm surprised no one's decided to go for Mana Boots, but that's a really quick Blink Dagger coming out from the line. He did die in that fight, but the ability to pick off Odu at this stage, and even things like Medace, is only sitting at 900 points. He's got 1,200, so we might see the point booster come out from him. But even if he starts working towards a Bloodstone, it's going to be a really late Bloodstone. Here the Centaur ulti go off, and we're going to show off the Blink here. The Juggernaut ulti is going to come in, and that's going to be Odu down again, who's also not having... He's 1 and 5, so The core heroes of BBD Blue just continuously getting shut down here by
Dire's top tower is under
extremely
attack.
good rotations coming up from 2B, who look to be in a good position this game. We've got this point standing right here. We've got Luck, who's got a blink and an epicenter, so they may look. We've got 2 TPs coming in,
Bad Dude's top is
but the
almost
tower already
being
goes down.
rotated.
So the epicenter is going to come in on T Elemental. He's got that mech going, so the mech is going to come in. But Ancient Apparition ulti is just going to pop off him, and it looks like Jukebox is going to go down here as well. So the two of them go down, but they do manage to get that tower. Not sure it was entirely worth it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But it is slowly but surely shutting down the map control of BVD, who are having to use. They've got an extremely aggressive ward here. I feel that they may be a little bit sad that this ward's now here instead of somewhere like here, or here, just to even here. Oh,
Radiant's middle tower
yeah, just to make
is
sure
under
that.
attack.
Modas goes down again to that line, so Lion showing off the blink finger combination. Didn't even use his blink. I wonder what happened. Too busy talking about warding. Sorry. But Dr. Green's got his blink dagger up, so he's going to be perfectly fine. Most likely working towards a pipe. I think a pipe is a perfectly good buy in this game, especially with Ancient Apparition and Skeleton King. Argonym's managed to pick up his Yasha, and he may look. Odie's got to be careful here. He's got 1 second on his TP scroll, and he's just going to TP to safety. Argonym's going to come in. He's going to look around, but it's not going to find anyone there. I think Jukebox is, the saddest of all the supports at the moment. Only got his Tranquil Boots and Soul Rings, so he's running on whatever the hell he can at the moment. Having to spend a lot of money on sentries and dust just to shut down Disappoint. I mean, Telemental is going to be perfectly happy to farm here against Disappoint. He's got the mech, so he's going to be able to keep just perfectly fine in terms of health. Disappoint throwing off the bugs, but the swarm we're taken off quite easily. Luck is permanently in these positions where he is able to get off really good epicenters, and it looks like they may want to defend this tower. He's just hiding away here, trying to be as quiet as possible. Or are we going to see the epicenter? DD's Dr. Green has got a. The silence goes off of Dr. Green, so there is not going to be no central ulti, but it looks like Odie's going to be a little bit short. The mech goes off, and Abaddon's are really down in this fight. Odie's ulti is doing a ton of damage. Leica comes in with the ulti. Three people on the side of 2B, still on fairly good HP. Argonym needs to get out of here, but he doesn't have enough mana. So he's just going to go down to... And this is quickly turning into an awful team fight for 2B, who've now lost 3 heroes. They try to commit to Odu, but he was in this beautiful spot here in the trees. So only sort of 1 to 2 heroes could hit him at any stage because of the 3 melee that were there. Even if you get sheeped when his ulti is going, his minions still do damage. So really good play from Odu there, securing his own life, having to use the mech as well. But in the end, secured the first team fight that looked to really go into BVD's favor here for the first time in the game. So it's 15-12. Looking at the golden XP graphs as we head past the 20-minute mark, it's just over 2,000 gold in favor of the Radiant, and in XP it's just under 1,000 gold. So really almost negligible by this 20-stage mark. Looking towards the net worth, at the top of the list is actually going to be that Midas Weaver. We've got the Centaur ulti coming off. It looks like Mame is actually going to be in a lot of trouble. He's just going to instantly try to TP, and he's going to get out actually. And Lacker's got 4 seconds until his blink dagger. Are they going to be able to shut it down? And he gets the blink off, so he's going to be just fine. So Centaur ulti used for essentially nothing there. Well done on BVD to get away and just avoiding disaster there. Modas has got up a Yules, and
in your bottom.
so this is what happens when you're not able to get that early Bloodseeker up on Bloodstone up on the Timbersaw. You have to go for something different. So the Yules gives him some mana regen, gives him some survivability as well, and is good at avoiding things like Juggernaut's Omni Slash, just to make sure that he doesn't go down to that for the rest of the game. So Viper's going to be top here. He's working towards a BKB, and he's pretty much got it, just 200 gold away from it. So that's going to be a really good timing, considering that he's got phase boots and a mechanism up so far. But he is sitting at 6 and 3. 2 heroes coming in for the side of... is he sticking around? He's now taking a lot of damage. He's got his mech, which is going to pop, but I think it's going to be too much. And ulti's going to pop in and pop the kill. He had absolutely no help. In the meantime, Juggernaut managed to pick up a kill on using his ultimate on Sand King and Death Prophet, and Modeste is going to go down as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh gosh, I'm missing
Dire's
everything.
bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And so Dire going to get to bottom tower, and that's suddenly 3 heroes down from PvD Blue, who are just getting picked off all over the map. I mean, every time I look away from a lane, there seems to be a kill. Maybe that's the trick. It's Murphy's Law.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Disappoint once again coming up here. He's picked up his Lincoln Sphere, so he's feeling a little bit better about himself. Jukebox is standing still. Hello? Hello, Nigel. Or is he going to try and use the finger? We've got the backtrack. The Lincoln has been popped, so the Jukebox is just going to die. That's a completely free kill for... He had a TP. I mean, it could have been well avoided. And Dr. Green's got to go in, and Lucky here. Lucky's in a lot of trouble. Managed to get his stun off, and he's going to run for the high heals. He's got Blink in 1 second. He's going to be able to use it now, so he should be just fine. And TP's going to go off for Dr. Green, so he has no interest in sticking around to find out where the rest of VVD Blue is. And it looks like we almost got an Argonum's up on Argonum. Ironically, who's just looking for that point booster now. He's farmed really well, actually. He's got a Helm of the Dominator, drums, almost an Argonum's plus a Yasha, so sitting at 156 last set so far, 5 and 1. Juggernaut proving to be quite the good hero this game. Dr. Green not doing too bad. He's going to start working towards that pipe as expected. I'm quite surprised that, or it could have been a thought to go Blade Mail, pick up the casual cloak. Maybe he wants to finish his hood first before picking up a Blade Mail. Maybe just Blade Mail's really good against DP, and things like SK, they tend to kill themselves on tanky heroes like Centaur if he's got that Blade Mail up. And Disappoint's got some stacks waiting for him in the bush. He's not doing too bad in the item department. It's 142 CS. He's sitting at top of the net worth board, but by about 1,000 gold. And after the Juggernaut and the Weaver, the drop off is quite dramatic in terms of net worth. But that's being extremely. He's gonna run into the bush and try TP. He's gonna get stunned. This may be his death. Yeah. We've got Viper coming in, we've got Argonum's coming in as well, and he's going to use his Yules, so he's going to run for as fast as possible, but he's now got no TP, so there's unfortunately nowhere to run. And that's going to be another kill for Juggernaut. At the same time, Abaddon once again fell down to the Sand King. Must have been top. And Disappoint picking up a solo kill on Abaddon. This poor Abaddon, man. Using his, he's up to 3,700 gold, so I'm not sure we're going to see a Radiance, but we may see something like Desolator coming up for him quite soon. Odie's pushing his tower. He's picked up a Yules for himself, so he's sitting at 449 movers. Oh, that's a pity. Omnislash's first hit does have a mini stun, so he would have been able to cancel the TP there if he'd cast the right spell. I'm not sure if he would have been able to kill him, but I think he wanted that Argonum Scepter a little bit too badly. Just to make sure that when he does ulti from now on, it's going to be serious. He has just got level 16, so it's going to be 9 jumps, the full 9 jumps on that Juggernaut, who's looking extremely scary. Jukebox needs to, I think, just stay with his team. He keeps on running off, and he's cost his team a lot of kills, and he's allowed some heroes to get back into the game. I mean, he's currently sitting at 2 and 4, so. But it looks like almost every time we look that he's somewhere off dying by himself. At least for the last 10 minutes or so. So Modas is here. He's picked up a point booster. And he's going to try to just tank up as much as possible. That's an extremely aggressive healing orb. But
middle tower.
Like is just farming their bush, and Disappoint is just going to try and push this T2 while
Yo, green dudes.
2B try and finish this off.
In your bottom.
Is it 2E?
Tower is under attack.
I see 2B at the top here, and I see 2E. 2EB? 2B? Yeah. So Disappoint's managed to pick up, and he did pick up that Desolator. It's got to use his Midas. Use your Midas, do it. Be the Midas. Here's Centaur ulti go off, and it looks like this is going to be initiation. Modas goes off, Mame gets the ulti off on just Dr. Green, the finger goes off on Mame. Stun comes in from Laku, he's going to start casting his Epicenter, so Crucifier's going to get caught with a lot of magic damage. BKB's up for T-Elemental, he's just going to pop his big... Oh, is it going to be enough? The Chilling Touch damage coming out from BB turned out to be too much, and 2 heroes are going to go down. For 2B, who just quickly lost a team fight there. I'm not sure what more they could have done, to be honest. I suppose.
Roshan has fallen
Not sure what that's about, so they're just going to use the back end of this ulti to pick up a Roshan. Exorcism, not too bad at taking down a Roshan. As you can tell by about the 6 seconds that it took BVD to get that kill. Obviously with Desolator and things like Chilling Touch, it makes a big difference as well. And suddenly BVD are in a good position. I mean, looking at the golden XP graphs, it's pretty much tilted down towards 0. The XP is actually starting to tend towards BVD. Disappoint's managed to get up enough farm where he's feeling perfectly confident to roll with these heroes. Oh, he's just backing around Dr. Green, throwing out the stun and cancelling at the last minute. The Hoof, the Blink's going down for Dr. Green. Oh, Disappoint, he's been shipped. Luck is going to go with a stun on Argonums. Beautiful Impale from Crucifier getting a hero on 2. That's going to be Modace's... Oh no! Oh no, he only gets 2 hits. Only gets 2 hits out of his... And at the back end of the fight, we've got Luck, who's now going to throw a stun out on T-Elemental and Dr. Green. T-Elemental throws his ulti out to Odu, who's thrown... who I think is just going to bite the bullet here. There's not much... Oh, huge damage! Coming out from Disappoint. Disappoint's going to clean up! Oh, and he... Where did he go? Oh, clutch! Clutch time-lapse from him there. Absolutely at the last second. Oh! Those swarms not going to be able to hit. So Argonau's going to be able to survive. But really good play from Disappoint there. He's now starting to deal an incredible amount of damage in his team fights. He's got the Aegis. And he's up to 4,200 gold. And suddenly BVD, for the first time in this game, very close to taking the kill lead.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We're going to have that ulti coming in. Just going to slow down that Juggernaut. He's not going to heal up in this fountain for the next couple of seconds. Which is going to allow BVD just to take this T2 and get themselves back. They've still got Rosh up on Disappoint. He's going to pick up a Demon Edge, so whether that's going to be some crits or MKB remains to be seen. But at the moment, I'm not sure it will make too much of a difference. I think the damage output coming in from him already is a bit much. Plus the fact that he's got that Aegis, so he's going to be perfectly fine to survive. He got really close to dying in that last team fight, though, to be perfectly fair. But we've got a route of 8. Rod of Aoi 2000 coming up on Modace, so Vitality booster and 2 staffs of Wizardry, so that gets us some int and so he's looking a little bit better. He's got plenty of mana regen, 9.2 a second, and plus he's got some health and mana. And Rod of Atos is a surprisingly good item, and really one of the best uses for it apparently is getting off Lincoln Sphere. Can't remember who said that. I believe it was Malini. Just because of the long casting range. So Modas is going to do his best. He's got a TP scroll, but all 5 of...
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
All 5 of BVW are... I mean, 2B are not grouping middle. They decided that they don't want this team to get anywhere near their racks, and it's time to take racks for themselves. So I think if Argonauts managed to get off a full duration for his Omni Slash, it only got 2 hits before being cancelled by Disappoint going inverse, which is really unfortunate. I think he was just out of range of the tower / sentry ward. So really unlucky there, but he's picked up a full MKB, Disappoint. So Madeis may be in some trouble here. We've still got the Blink Dagger from
Radiant's top
6
tower
seconds
is
time.
under attack.
And Centaur is...
Looks like it's just you and me.
Centaur ulti popped. The AA ulti is going to come in. And we're going to see...
May I cut in?
Argonim's pop his ulti. So that's going to be Madeis down
My blade has tasted better.
for that argument. And oh, it looks like we're going to have a huge team fight here. Argonim's just go down almost instantly. Odu's ulti is already up. So he's... T-Elemental's just going to melt. Absolutely melt. So Jukebox is going to go up to full health here, but I think he's going to lose it just as quickly. He's trying to get to that haste rune, but I feel that he's not going to get there. Maeve's going to pick up that haste rune. Meanwhile, at the back, Odu's going to get stunned out, but he's chasing he's going to Yule Scepter Green, who's now just about to take an extreme amount of damage from these ghosts. Disappoint's coming in. AAA Blast is going to come in and try landing almost in the middle of nowhere. Thought for a second and maybe going towards Fountain, but it's not going to be the case. So Odu's ult is down, so 70 seconds for that, but he's almost reached the point that he's going to be able to buy a heart, most likely what that Vitality boost is going to be for. He's sitting at 2,900 gold. So picking up the Reaver is going to be a really good buy for him. It's going to make him so tanky, especially with the mech and the Yules. It's going to make him so survivable in fights. He can cast that ulti, and if he's really in the pickle, he can just use himself. And the Ghost is still going to be able to do plenty of damage in that fight while he's floating in the air. So the pressure is now on 2B to try and stop BBD from breaking this base here. I think they're just going to stall for the meantime, wait for these Ghosts to come up again. They're in no pressure. Sand King's had an amazing game, by the way. He's picked up a Veil of Discord plus Boots of Travel, so he's doing really well. We're going to see the Ancient Apparition ulti go off in 2, and Blink Stun's going to go off on BBD Odu. They want Odu to go down here. Oh, Green's taking a lot of damage from Disappoint, who's decided to come into this team fight. He may find himself on the other side of a finger if he's not so careful, so he's trying to deal as much damage as possible to T-Elemental. He's going to have to pop his BKB and run for the hills. I hear Stun's going off. Argonim is trying to get Odu. He's extremely quick. Oh, Odu working around the trees. Really well played from him. He's not going to be able to... Oh, good spin. Just to buy some time. He is going to get caught by... Oh, I fear that he may not be long for the world. That is the power of the Rod of Aoi 2000. That slow has a really long range coming out from Madeis. Able to slow the Juggernaut down, and I think this is going to be very close to a full team wipe here. The stun's going to go off on Jukebox, whose ulti is no longer there, and that's a team wipe. And that's going to be called GG, so 2B, after having an absolutely fantastic start, just allowed BVD to farm a little bit too much. I think they spent a little bit too much time shutting down Madeis. But I mean, Odu was extremely shut down as well. I don't even think he's got a positive kill-death ratio in this game. He's 3-7. Madeis is 1-9. I mean, you know, the core heroes were shut down, but they still managed to get their farm. 206 on Disappoint, who I think did extremely well to get up that early Lincoln Sphere, and then followed up with the Desolator. The Hand of Mine is proving to be what made the difference there in that game 1. So this is game 1 of a best of 3, I believe. 2B versus BBD Blue. This is the lower bracket of the Liberty Land, currently taking place at Emperor's Palace, Johannesburg. You've been joined here by DeMoNiK. I hope you enjoyed game 1 cast. If you would like to follow me, you can follow me at Twitter on DeMoNiKZA, on Facebook at DeMoNiK Goes Gaming, and on YouTube at DeMoNiK Goes Gaming as well. And my Twitch TV is DeMoNiKZA. I occasionally stream when I have the internet connection to myself. So we will be back shortly for game number 2. See you now.